Good evening, everyone. Hello. I hope everyone has had a great week. We're heading into the weekend. It's a lot of craziness going on in the world, of course, that we're going to talk about. A little bit of that craziness tonight. A new development. Terrible mass shooting incident in Maine that we had to touch on. It just happened. Like I literally was watching the coverage of them outside of the shooter's home. So we're going to definitely discuss that. If you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button for notifications. Yes, we're learning. We're getting there. And make sure you stay up to date with all of our cabinet meetings. Tonight, Okay. So first off, finally, after 3 weeks of playing musical chairs, The Hunger Games, Survivor, the Republican Party has finally elected a new Speaker of the House. Finally. You guys got so tired of your own bullshit, you literally just put a blindfold on, spun around in a circle, threw a dart, and whatever name it landed on, that's who got the job. Because that's what the fuck it feels like if we're being fucking honest. Excuse my French. So, they elect a new speaker. This new speaker is one named Mike Johnson. He's a Republican, of course, from Louisiana. He got elected back in 2016 to Congress. Not really that much leadership experience. Not any leadership experience. Nobody knows this man. Like, he's literally it's so many congressmen and Senate. We have, 400 and some seats in Congress? That's a whole concert venue, bitch. Nobody knows this man. He's not the chair of any committees. He's never led, any type of government body. I don't even think he's led a Boy Scouts troop. But here we are. Okay? Leadership is not a prerequisite for the Republican Party, as we've seen with the election and soon to be new nominee for the Republican Party, more than likely Donald Trump. We're going to get to him later. So he gets elected as Speaker. In the interim, they brought up Steve Scalise was an option. Jim Jordan was an option. We knew Jim wasn't going to get it. Anybody who thought Jim Jordan was going to get enough votes to be Speaker of the House, they was really smoking that shit. That's the only way that I could really see how you even thought that was an option. Okay? Jim Jordan, really? I mean, he literally looks like the effects of his craziness is starting to show in his appearance, okay? He had this other guy by the name of Emmer who, by all accounts was more of a moderate, or what's left of that in the Republican Party. He didn't get enough votes, and then Donald Trump made the phone call himself like, look, I'm not here for that bitch, because Emmer was like, look, Joe Biden won the election, bitch. Let's go ahead and certify this and wrap it up so we can move on. So, the Donald was definitely going to be calling on his ass. So he ain't get it. So, the Republicans was tired. That's what it comes down to. They were tired. They were embarrassed. So they said, you know what, bitch, spin the bottle. And we came up with this man. Now, Mike Johnson, once again, Republican from Louisiana in the House, okay? He's a fourth-term speaker, a fourth-term representative, speaker from Louisiana. Okay, I'm getting his little resume from NBC News. Shout out to them. Sponsor me. Bring me on, bitch. He got elected. Now, a little bit about Mike Johnson. First off, he's an election denier, bitch. So he is one of the people who not only just went along with the votes, not that that's bad enough, but he was actually literally like driving the bus to not certify the election that Joe Biden won in 2020. Now, my thing is, if you're trying to allegedly reach across the aisle and you're going to be working with the minority House leader, Hakeem Jeffries, bitch, you would think that the Republican Party would say, maybe we shouldn't elect somebody who literally denied that people voted. But once again, we're making sense here. The Republican Party just doesn't make sense. So we can't speak in terms of like regular people. Okay? So that's the first thing. Election denier, did not want to certify the election, was pulling out all the stops. No shade. He's lucky his ass is not in court with the rest of them right now for that shit. But I digress. So that's the first thing. Second thing. He is anti-women's choice, abortion rights. Like he's totally against it. Totally against it. And he's quoted as saying if he had it his way, he would have 0 abortions. Now, whatever your stance is, whether you're pro-life or pro-choice, whatever it is, right? Because, you know, one thing that I think is supposed to be great about this country is that we can all have our own views, but still agree to disagree or meet somewhere in the middle. Okay? He's like, no abortions under any circumstance. So you can literally get raped, bitch. Go to the hospital, find out you're pregnant, and because you got, you know, he like, fuck it, you gonna have this baby. And then put it up for adoption, and then that baby goes into the system, and then nobody adopts the baby, and then we end up paying for it, but not really, and then now this child becomes possibly a criminal that he's then going to want to lock up. But nevertheless, that's who they elected. Now, another thing, okay? Another thing. He is very, 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 very anti-LGBTQ rights. Now, if you've been watching this channel for a while, bitch, I'm gay. If you're just tuning in, bitch, I'm gay. If you didn't figure that out by the way this video is going, then bitch, I'm here to tell you now that I'm gay. So you know this ain't sitting well with me. Okay? He's anti-gay marriage. He's anti-gay rights. He said things like, if we let gay people get married, then the next thing, people gonna want to marry their pets. I love Taco Bell down, rest in peace, but I'm not trying to go and give him half. Like the things people say, I just, you know, sometimes I just like, I'm like, where did you get this from? And then allegedly, so word on the street is, it's giving Jim Jordan, okay? It's giving Jim Jordan. But the thing is, you know, Jim Jordan is just nasty, you know, because Fonnie Willis had to fucking read him anyway when he tried it, and then she had to politely remind him that he didn't pass the bar, bitch, and you not even qualified to be speaking on this shit. So, you know, already know Jim Jordan is nasty. You know, if you see him on the news programming and shit, he's just nasty. So this new fellow, Mother Johnson, okay? Mother Johnson, I ain't gonna call him Big Johnson because it definitely don't give Big Johnson. But Mother Johnson, okay, is allegedly Jim Jordan, but just like in a better, nicer package. Okay, so he's still telling you to go to hell, but he just be like, you know, by the way, go to hell. You know what I'm saying? So it's like one of those things that For me, it's a chop for me. Okay? But this is who they elected. And from the reports that came out once again, he was not elected because he had leadership experience. Because, you don't need experience with the Republicans. It's like literally, you just show up. He is not incredibly bipartisan at all. And he's actually quite scary. But when I look at the person who caused all of this, which is Matt Gaetz, who was dealing with an underage young lady, or was it a young man? I'm not sure. But anyway, bitch, it was a scandal. Currently being investigated for that. Once again, the whole reason we got to this place where Kevin McCarthy got ousted was because he was mad that Kevin McCarthy didn't run interference with the investigation that he's currently under. We're talking about Matt Gaetz, for fooling around with that underage person. Okay? This is how all this started. It started because of one man's vendetta. And then they recently just changed the rule once again where only one man can cause a whole circle of things to happen. Meanwhile, the other 7 idiots that went along with him, they gagging right now. Some of them getting their funding pulled, not from, Democratic people, of course, but from Republican donors are pulling funding from a lot of those people that caused this shit. So they gagging right now. Bitch, you thought you was being cute. You thought you was doing the most, bitch. And now, here's what's going to happen. Here's what's going to happen to those other, congressmen, representatives who, went along with Matt Gaetz and his personal vendetta. Matt Gaetz will probably retain his seat. Some of y'all won't. You're going to be at home after the next election because you decided to be an idiot following this pedophile, okay, who had a personal vendetta and didn't want to get caught. Now you're gagging, okay? But that's who they elected, bitch. I mean, who am I? This is where we're at. Welcome to America, 2023. Now, from a stunt supporter, election denier, who gets elected to Speaker of the House, we now go to the former President of the United States who is indicted, okay, election denier, crook, criminal, dirtbag, bozo. And now everybody, they singing like fishes. Michael Cohen is literally singing like all 5 of the Clark sisters. If you don't know who the Clark sisters are, Google them. It's giving 5-part harmony on the stand right now. Now, to be fair, Michael Cohen ain't exactly the most credible witness. You know what I'm saying? He obviously got a vendetta against Trump since the shit went down. He had his own set of circumstances for lying and shit and perjury, all that shit. So Michael Cohen is not exactly, the person you want pleading your case. But at this point, when a presidential nominee, future presidential nominee and ex-president is indicted with a mugshot, bitch, anything goes. This is America, bitch. Anything goes. Okay? You don't have to be qualified. You don't have to be credible. You just have to be there. Okay? So, Michael Cohen, of course, is testifying, at one of Trump. I done lost count. I think we got to start a ticker, bitch. We got to start a ticker. By the way, improvements to the show are coming, bitch. I just had the meeting, bitch. They will be coming in the next month. New set, new camp is given. But anyway, back on task. I done lost count of the indictments. Like, we're going to have a ticker. at this point, because I don't know, girl. It's so many trials. I don't know. But anyway, at one of the many trials, Michael Cohen testified. So Michael Cohen, who, if you have been under a rock, is Donald Trump's former lawyer. I think he paid this one, but he's a former lawyer. Returned to the stand for the second day of testimony in the $250 million, I'm sorry, civil fraud trial. This is in New York. So this is the New York indictment, bitch. Because, you know, he got cases in ATL. He got hoes in every area code when it comes to this criminal shit. Also, too, okay, so Trump violated the gag order as well. So he got fined $10,000 for that. So there's just a few bullet points. Judge Arthur Engoron ordered Trump to take the stand, question him about remarks he made outside the courtroom, and fined him $10,000 for violating the gag order. Engoron imposed a partial gag order on Trump this month, banning him from making disparaging remarks about his court staff. It is the second time Trump has been fined for defying the gag order. Okay? So, meanwhile, Cohen is testifying, right? Cohen is testifying. He on the stand, he giving, you know, there's a balm in Gilead. He's giving You Brought the Sunshine. He is giving Is My Living in Vain. He is singing the greatest hits, bitch, in this trial. Okay? So he's up there testifying. Okay? Donald Trump gets pissed. So, excerpt and scene. Now, this is them talking to Michael Cohen. This is the lawyer talking to Michael Cohen. Asked if Trump or Weisselberg directed him to inflate the numbers on his personal statements. Cohen said, not that I recall. Cliff Robert, an attorney for the Trumps, then asked for a directed verdict, arguing that the key witness testified the defendant didn't tell Cohen to inflate the numbers. The judge denied the request. Trump immediately got up and stormed out of the courtroom with Secret Service agents chasing after him. The move was not expected and appeared to surprise even his attorney. So in scene, bitch, we in court, right? Michael Cohen like, bitch, yeah, he did it. Fuck him. Trump like, oh, hell no. He storms out. The Secret Service agents is like, run. And then the lawyers is gagging, bitch. The lawyers is like, what the fuck? They gagging, bitch. They caught off guard. Like, this is not what we rehearsed. We rehearsed theatrics, but this was not on script. This was not on brand. Okay? You going off script. Cohen later added, okay, so first off, bitch, I forgot. The move was not expected and appeared to surprise even his attorneys. Gasps could be heard within the courtroom, bitch. So they like, like the people in court just gagging, bitch. The reporters, the lawyers, everybody's like, oh my God, he just stormed out. It's giving show. This is exactly why cameras have not been allowed in the courtroom for these trials. I 100%, I said percent, bitch. I 100% understand why there has not been cameras allowed. I totally get it. I totally get it. Okay? So, he storms out. The girls are gagging. Okay? Judge like, order in the court, order in the court, order in the court. Okay? He come out. So boom, he come back in the courtroom. A short time after the former president stormed out of the court, he walked back in with his lawyer, Alina Habba. Robert asked the judge again for a directed verdict. Absolutely not, the judge said. There's enough evidence in this case to fill the courtroom. Shade, bitch. The judge is over it. The judge is over it. The judge is over it. Yo said it's enough evidence in this courtroom It's enough evidence in this case to fill this courtroom, bitch. He's over it. He's ready to adjourn. He's ready to deliver. So, boom. He come back. Michael Cohen keeps testifying. Michael Cohen, Michael Cohen is with the shits. He ain't got nothing to lose. He done did a book, I think. Michael Cohen is just like, bitch, let the lies end. Okay? But once again, a rat jumping ship from pirates, how honorable is that really? Okay? Because you was living with them pirates for a long time. So once again, Michael Cohen isn't exactly the most credible bitch in this situation, but here we are. Okay? Now, something that just happened, and it's just always something going on in the world. We of course have Israel and Palestine going on. We have Ukraine going on, and the conflict with Russia. We have, our own issues with our government here. We have economic issues here. But then we also have this gun problem. Now, for those of you who have been following for a while, y'all know I'm a licensed gun owner, gun holder, bitch. I believe in having the right to bear arms responsibly. Also, too, I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. I'm a licensed gun holder because I'm black and I'm gay and I know I'm a target, bitch. So you're not just going to come and mow me down, bitch. Bitch, we got something for you, bitch. If we both going to go down together. Okay? Now, last night in Lewiston, Maine, a man by the name of Robert Card, I know we don't say names typically, but it kind of struck me because he was born in the 80s and I was born in the 80s. And I'm like, when did we learn to do this? Like, when did our generation start doing this? But whatever. Okay. Robert Card killed, 16 to 20 people? I think it's more than that. Several injured. Some victims are still waiting to be identified, bitch. That's how bad the shooting was. Okay? Walked in, and here's the thing. Here's the thing that is so interesting about America, right? Is they put all of these, gun laws, they lock up, all these drug dealers and gang members and stuff like that who can't shoot for shit. And outside of their beefs, for the most part, don't contribute to a lot of the mass shootings. But you have these men walking around with these assault level, like military grade shit, and they are just mowing people down. Now, here's the gagger. So, this man is enlisted in the U.S. Army Reserve, has an active military ID, which gives him access to any military base. Okay? He's been enlisted since 2002. He didn't deploy to any, he hasn't had any combat deployments, but he's also, from what they say, an expert marksman. Like, he's a good shooter. Like, he's the girl. He's that girl when it comes to, So that's the first thing. Dangerous. So let's give you the tea on what he's working with. Okay? Expert marksman. Also owns a small motorboat. Because I'm watching the news right now. They outside his house looking dumb with the lights out, trying to figure out if he probably not even home, bitch. They don't even think he home. They packing up and getting ready to leave. Okay? Went to, I think, the mental hospital or something like that. And, okay, so here, direct quote. Card recently reported experiencing mental health issues, including hearing voices, and threatened to shoot up a military base. Okay. the law enforcement bulletin said. He was also reported to have been committed to a mental health facility for 2 weeks over this past summer. In mid-July, a few months ago, leaders of the U.S. Army Reserve's 3rd Battalion told garrison staff that Card was behaving erratically. A spokesperson for the New York Army National Guard said in a statement to CBS News on Thursday. The battalion was staying at the Camp Smith training site in Cortland while training. Out of concern for his safety, the unit requested that law enforcement be contacted. The spokesperson said in a statement, New York State Police responded and transported Card to Keller Army Community Hospital at the United States Military Academy for medical evaluation, bitch. So my question becomes, first off, he's incredibly dangerous. He's incredibly skilled. This isn't some kid who watched YouTube videos and, went across state lines, bought him a gun. And, this is a highly skilled, trained individual. He told y'all that he wasn't right. The U.S. Army Reserves said that he wasn't right and called the bitch, you got to be 50 shades to the wind, bitch, for the Army to call the police on you. Let's just put that into perspective, bitch. The Army called the police and said, you got to get him the fuck up out here. Okay? So you got to be off for that to happen. Okay? He gets committed to a hospital in July. What's this? October, September, August, July. 3 months ago, give or take. My question becomes, if you committed him, he is in the U.S. Army Reserve. The Army called the police on this bitch and said something's off. And nobody said, do you own any handguns or rifles? I know, at least in my state, in the state of Maryland, you go to buy a handgun or a shotgun or rifle, they running you through the system, bitch. If you got any domestic violence issues, anything like that, bitch, you can't even smoke weed and own a gun in the state of Maryland. Okay? Legally. They're not even supposed to sell it to you. I'm trying to figure out how a bitch who in the U.S. Army Reserve and said he heard people talking to him in his head, and his bunkmate was like, hold the fuck up. The Army called the police, and he still got access to the guns. See, that's the stupid shit we be talking about. The right to bear arms and all that shit is cute, but I'm going to need cute to turn into common sense. Now we have a whole community, families, destroyed because people didn't use common sense. And another thing, too, is word on the street, he just got fired from his job, too. So that kind of sent him over the edge. I'm just trying to figure out, and this is just me, I'm just trying to figure out, when do we cut the shit? When does America say, you know what? This is not a good look. Because America is actually on a do not travel list for certain countries. Did you know that? In certain countries, there's a travel advisory for America. Because, we love to be the rich white woman with our jewels. Be like, oh my God, look at those savages. Whole time, this country saying, bitch, don't go down there. Absolutely not. Okay? When do we cut the shit? Like, I'm getting tired of turning on the news and I'm watching special report, breaking news, breaking news. Bitch, it's to the point where special report and breaking news don't even do shit for me no more. I need something stronger. I need a stronger drink or drug than special news, special report, or breaking news, bitch. Because that don't do nothing for me. I see everything as breaking news, bitch. Especially if you watch CNN, MSNBC. Breaking news, bitch. They need to just call a show breaking news or special report. Because everything is breaking news, bitch. The president fell off the stage. Breaking news. Britney Spears got a new book out. Breaking news. I stubbed my toe. Breaking news. Taylor Swift dating Travis Kelce. Breaking news. Special report. Everything is a breaking news and special report, bitch. To the point where it's like, I don't live. And it's just gotten to be too much. But with that being said, my heart goes out to that community in Lewiston, Maine. Hopefully he is caught expeditiously because they're all on edge, bitch. We don't know where this motherfucker at. He got a speedboat, bitch. They outside his house scared to go in. He not even probably in there. He probably gone. He probably hiding in the trees or some shit. It's giving Survivor Series, bitch. Okay? But my heart goes out to that community. And hopefully, these people can get peace and a resolution and start dealing with the healing and having to bury their loved ones. But with that being said, that's our show for today. Don't forget to follow me on social media at Dapper Dan Midas on all platforms. We're actually going to start a Secretary of Shade Instagram and TikTok, y'all. Please follow once we set it up because, please. And you'll be getting more minute reports throughout the week. New set is being finalized, cameras. I'm excited. Oh, shout out to our sponsor, Care for Equity, who is sponsoring a new set and is going to be helping me take this show to the next level. Shout out to the leadership over at Care for Equity. Great organization for pet advocacy and pet owners of color. But with that being said, once again, make sure you subscribe, Secretary of Shade. I hope you guys have a great weekend. There's bound to be more shenanigans, so I'll see you soon. Peace and love. Y'all have a good evening.